Congressman, now that Graham-Rudman has passed the House, do you believe the deficit will really be reduced at this point?
Yes, I do. It now has to be reduced because the law requires that by 1991 the deficit has to be eliminated. The mechanism that is being put in place is basically a 5-year plan to ratchet down the deficit so that we've got now specific targets that we must meet. Just to tell you a little bit more about the law, it doesn't affect Social Security, certain programs affecting the poor, and the national interest, or the debt on the interest on our debt. But there are defense and other domestic programs that will have to be cut across the board equally if, in fact, Congress does not meet these annual targets. So I think we finally have something that will give Congress the discipline that it needs to balance the books by 1991. It's unfortunate that we had to get to this because I would have liked to have seen Congress set its own priorities. But it seems to me that with all of the congressmen pulling for this and that from their districts, that we need this kind of outside mechanism to help Congress do its job.
Well, the opponents of the plan say the plan gives the president too much authority, while the supporters say that it gives the president no authority at all. What's the real story here?
Well, I think it puts the president really in an administrative role because the president has no authority if Congress accomplishes what it's supposed to do. It only comes into effect when the target ceilings are eliminated. And these target ceilings are basically a 1/5 reduction in the deficit of about $180 billion over the 5-year period. And the president only has a role when those are not met, and then he has to come in and equally take from defense and domestic programs, excluding Social Security and the poor, to get this done. And the only discretion the president has is in how he cuts the defense budget, where that money will come from. So I don't believe that this is really any substantive power being given to the president.
Well, one of the compromises that the president did get was that he will have the authority to cut the defense budget where he sees fit. So he is concerned about the readiness of the armed forces. Do you think this is a good idea?
Yes, I do. I think the president is in the best position to determine where we should cut the defense budget because of national readiness and national security, and I think that flexibility was an important part of this measure.
Well, now that the tax reform situation looks like it's gone down, why did you vote against that bill?
Well, I'm for tax reform. The bills that I've seen have been routinely referred to as tax deform here on Capitol Hill. I guess the main reason was that I didn't see a clear economic model, and I felt that many provisions in this bill could very well cause a recession. It didn't do anything to promote personal savings. It was supposed to, if we went back to the president's original bill, create an additional $2,000 non-working spousal IRA, the individual retirement account. It didn't do that. And when they finally made the compromises on the 401k pension plans, the contributory pension plans, they ended up with a model that offset what you could put in your IRA by what was put in the 401k against something that went against personal savings at a time when our own personal savings rates have dropped below 3% in this country, and Japan is literally 3 to 4 times higher than we are. We need that pool of capital to have available to invest in industry. Without it, we can't expand, and we're now going from an economy that's an industrial-based economy to an information-based economy, and we need that. So I didn't see an economic plan here that I could feel comfortable with. I didn't see the incentives for personal savings, and I didn't see simplicity. As a matter of fact, I saw a bill of 1,300 pages added on to a tax law that's already very complex. And as a matter of fact, as someone who worked with the tax law, I can tell you that we don't have many of the regulations yet written for the laws written in 1981 and some of the prior tax law. So I didn't feel that this was a good bill to send to the Senate, but I do feel that we must get to tax reform, and I'm hoping to play a role on that shortly with the members of Congress.